Ladies and gentlemen, the market drops hard today. How was the life of a Newsbeat Bandit? And where does the market go from here? Our precise daily stock levels, our game plan in Forex, as well as our full stock analysis. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. So many things to talk about, including the precipitous market drop here. And of course, you'll always get the imbeciles out there saying, did the market top out? Are we going into a bear market now? And basically, the same geniuses who always present you that question with no real answer or solution. Basically, the last time we've dipped off like this, but instead of that, why don't we actually try to put some substance together and talk about what we can do from here? So, I'm going to talk about all that and more, ladies and gentlemen. All that and more. But first, I would like to say hi and thank you to our friends over at the T3 Live Compliance team. Kindly pause this video. After you're done reading it, hit play. Thank you so much for reading that. I appreciate it. And let's just go right into what we are watching here today. And we're going to start off with the market dropping hard. And what could it mean? So, a very big thing I was talking about, I took some Amazon calls as just a lotto here before the bell, some 1920 calls at 881. And just took them right at the end of the day here, as you could see, 3:50 p.m. And the reason for that was the 50 moving average. Now, why, you know, moving averages break all the time. You'll have some people out there saying they're useless because is it going to hold? Is it going to break? I don't know. Well, again, there's a different way of looking at things and there's a consistent way of looking at things. So I'm going to take you back the last three times before today in which the Qs hit the 50 moving average and closed above. Going to the furthest away was right over here. And that was on July 30th. The Qs closed at 175.11, opened up at 175.80. The time after that, and this little red line here, by the way, is the simple 50 moving average. The time before that was right over here, where we hit it on September 24th, popped all the way back up, closed at 183.89, and even though we headed higher the next day, only gapped down 8 cents for a flattish open before rallying up. And I actually want to go back and take you to the time before that was actually right over here on July 2nd, hit the 50, closed at 172.80 on the Qs, opened up at 173.45. Time before that, right over here, closed at 171.19 on the triple Qs, opened up at 172.01. So that was an 82-cent gap up. So for the last four times prior to this time in which the Qs hit the 50 moving average and closed above, we managed to gap up the next day. So my prediction was, as a result of that, that we're going to gap up tomorrow. I think that brings more value than people calling for tops in the market. I mean, they tend to be um, people who are bringing no value to you whatsoever. And I try to avoid doing things like that because I'd rather say nothing than say something that doesn't mean anything for everyone, right? So we did see the triple Qs go there. I went ahead on this huge bearish day. I mean, the Qs closed at 185.95 yesterday. We were down $4.89 today. We were down practically $5 today. Practically $5 on the triple Qs. What is the first thing that happens when the Qs are down? And then I'm going to also show you it's kind of a strategy, I guess, and why this is a very important inflection point in the market that we hold this 50, because I'll show you what happens when we don't hold the 50. Watching the market drop like this today, I told people take the Newsbeat challenge. And what the Newsbeat challenge is, it's regardless of the day of the market. If you're sick and tired trying to predict where the market's going to bounce, trying to fish off bottoms, trying to lose money, and you just want to do a small, consistent strategy that can make you good money. I mean, there are traders making a few $100,000 a year. Again, it's a very new strategy, so I mean, to hear these results are phenomenal. I'm pretty sure next year you're going to have traders making millions of dollars off of these strategies. Considering that it's not even 6 months old. So traders are already on their way. One trader's up already a few $100,000 this year, and he's been using this strategy pretty exclusively. So I came to you guys with the Newsbeat Live Bandit Challenge, the Newsbeat Bandit Challenge. And what it does is you basically take the names that are on our morning ideas. You take the names that are on our morning ideas, and if it says upgrade, you go long based on the one and done in high five strategy. And if it's a downgrade, you go short based on the one and done in high five strategy. So somebody, excuse me, somebody said, they really appreciate when I show my favorite name on the list. So I started doing that today. So I said I might do both, but I'm going to start watching Snap One and Done Short this morning. And that's the first thing I'm going to watch. And a lot of people in the room actually caught this one. Believe it or not, I missed it and caught the other one and still made money today. But like, I want to show you what the one and done is. So the one and done, again, I know there's a link in this video to the one and done strategy. I know it seems too good to be true. But all you do is you take a name like Snap, which, again is a downgrade name, comes right off our list. You go right on our list. It's number 2. It's right there. If you're in the room, I told you guys I'm focusing that. That was my favorite one. Very easy to identify. And it's a downgrade, so we look for a short. Right over here, bottom of this 1 minute the first 1 minute candle closes is 794. You short right over here through 794, and you set a stop above 799, either 799 or $8 as a stop. So you're literally taking like a 5 cent risk, here. And with that 5 cent risk, there are traders who just watch this thing puke. This stock dropped to 767. Now I know a move from 794 to 767 is 27 cents. It doesn't sound like a lot, but if I told you some of those puts quadrupled in value, quadrupled, with the majority of the normal ones tripling in value, you might think twice about what a one and done is. And then next, if you tried the high five strategy with Snapchat today, it basically says wait for this yellow line to hit. That's an exponential 8 moving average on the 5 minute. And then the next time a 5 minute bar hits, go short. So it hit right over here between 10:20. This is a 5 minute chart of Snapchat today. Hits right over here, goes up. You're just looking after this hits, after this bar closes, you short through the break of the next 5 minute candle. Happened here? Nope. Happened here? Nope. Happened here? Nope. Happened here? Nope. Happened here? Yep. You broke 789 and it went to 787. And I just want to show you how Snap reacted afterwards. Look at that. Puked itself. The puts exploded again as Snapchat made fresh all-time lows right here. Very easy strategies, very simple strategies, very defined. If you knew I was watching Snap today, you would be able to look at that chart and call out exactly where people are looking to short. Oh, right over there. Oh, right over there. Very easy. We define it. My goal with this whole algorithmic strategy was to take the thing that some of these firms want to pay me, you know, very large sums of money, like extremely large, like for me extremely large sum, maybe not for a multi-billionaire it's a large sum of money, but I mean some of these contracts are huge for me, tremendous, to design these algorithms. So you know what I did? I said, if I could teach a robot to do it based on news flow, can I teach an average trader? Can I teach a newbie trader? Can I teach these newbie traders with these $25,000 accounts? I got another email today from a newbie trader right over here trying the one and done strategy. And he basically says, Mark, I started doing the one and done strategies. I started with a $25,000 account. I'm at $63,572 today. And I do nothing but the one and done and high fives off your list. Thank you. This strategy has been the savior of my trading career. I started with 150,000 3 years ago. I'm not going to say the firm he worked with. And I finally see the light of regaining my capital and making more. Emails like that get me up in the morning. Emails like that give me all the encouragement in the world to push forward. I hate making I don't hate. I love showing you that trading can be very easy if that is what you wish to do. The Newsbeat Live Bandit Challenge, we had around 30 people sign up recently, and then within last week, almost 100 people. Um, for people who want to try this challenge, I encourage you try it out as well. It's very, very simple. We define the strategies, we give you the names. People think I have like some secret sauce recipe to how do you find these names that work with these strategies? And it's actually just, as I think Colton said, a dose of logic and common sense. But you don't need logic and common sense. Maybe, whatever. You don't need it. You just need to be part of and have access to that service, whether you join the room or maybe you can't be in the room and you just want to be part of our Twitter service and you'll just simply get this snap downgrade and CDLR upgrade. And I'll also, of course, share with you if I'm focusing on one more than the other. And you'll just get that. And it'll make your life very easy. You see, it'll make your life very easy. Now, there's a lot more that I do in the room besides for this. But for a new trader, an experienced trader alike, I have traders with 30, 40 years experience who swear by this strategy. I have newbie traders coming in and they're the best performer, most consistent performers in their firm's prop accounts. And they're showing me, these traders are showing me their records. They're like, Mark, I'm the most consistent trader in my firm, blah, 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 blah. I'm not making the most money right now, but I'm starting to size up. Thank you so much. These are new prop traders that are coming in and finding success. In fact, a couple prop firms were actually talking to me and they wanted to offer our room exclusively to their prop traders because they see the results in which they're getting. Here's the bottom line as how I feel as a trader. If you're one of those traders who need to press the button, who see a setup and, with your 10 thumbs, you need to go ahead and you need to hit something on your keyboard, this strategy is even better for you because it tries its best to encourage you not to do that. At the end of the day, you're behind the keyboard. Following this strategy and doing nothing else will keep you out of trouble, will keep you very profitable. Again, I can't guarantee you'll make money. That's illegal of me. I'm not a financial advisor. But the traders who do this and follow this religiously and do this every day, they're making a living. They're making a living. They are making a living as a trader. I, you know what's funny about the one and done? Somebody asked me a few months ago in the room, and they're like, Mark, I'm not going to say his name, but he's like, Mark, if you were to show your son how to trade, what would you teach him first? What would you teach your son how to trade first? I say the one and done, I would turn him into a Newsbeat Bandit right away. I would turn him into a Newsbeat Bandit right away. I would show him how easy it is to make money consistently, 80%, 75%, 85% consistency. And I would show him how to do it every day. And as he builds up money, and this is what these traders do. They'll take their $25,000 account. They'll take 5% risk, 4% risk, 3% risk per trade. I mean, they're not losing it all and they're not making it all per trade. You take, 4% of $25,000. You have $1,000 worth of options. Sometimes they make two, three, $400. Sometimes they lose two, three, $400. But consistently, a lot of them are making it 80% of the time or more. So it adds up. And then what they do is their account grows to 50,000. And now all of a sudden they're doing $2,000 per play and they're growing exponentially. And I see it and it's just the most beautiful thing I have ever seen in my life. Nothing to me is more beautiful than to watch a trader make money. And it's my strength. I would say, as I tell everybody, everybody has strengths and weaknesses. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses out there. My strength is my technical analysis and my ability to help others get to that level, help others get to the level of where I am and potentially beyond. Today, day like today, not my sort of day. This is not my strength. Looking here, let me show you a 15-minute of the cues. This, to me is not my strength. Then I hear other traders in the room, I'm not going to drop their names, are like, Mark, this day was amazing. What are you talking about? And I'm like, tip my hat to you, sir. That is incredible. If a day like today is your style day, the truth is, if I sat there and I just looked at charts and I hyper scalped all day, I probably would have made 4 or 5 grand. If I shut up, didn't say a word, was just scalping nonstop, not calling anything out, didn't have to wear this headset, just, you know, easy. I would just, all right, it's breaking, all right, short shares, all right. And I would trade a few 100,000 shares. I'd have a headache and I'd make 4 or 5 grand. And I could do that, but that is not the trader. That is not the trader in which I want to be, longevity wise. For me, made less than $500 today. Very proud, stuck with my disciplines, did nothing. It's kind of funny when I have these days where, I'm making 30, 40, 50 grand, and I have several of those days in a year. Like, to me, I'm not really that proud of myself because the play was too easy. It was a big news idea, and the stock shot up, and it kept shooting up and 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 up, and I had a very large size, and wow, I'm so happy. And I'm not really proud of myself on days like today. I think anybody with, 7 functioning brain cells, half an eyeball, and a trading platform could accomplish that. But like when there's days like today and I'm just sitting back doing nothing after 11 o'clock, even though the market is moving, clearly moving. And again, as I humbly and very openly and honestly admit, it's just not my sort of day. But if I can extract money consistently on a day like today, going long or short the market, for me, it's a huge victory. And the Newsbeat Live Bandits, people who stuck with those ideas, those are the traders who are coming out ahead consistently in the long run. So, with that being said, where do we go from here, Mark? Why is it important that we hold above this 50 moving average? Mark, what happened? What happened last time in which we were unable to hold above this red 50 moving average? I'm going to show you. So right over here, you guys remember February 5th when we broke the 50 moving average and we just started plummeting. I mean, plummeting real hard in February, then we bounced back. Then we came back to the 50, we held it, and we moved up again. Then we, you know, came back to the 50 and we broke it, and then we flushed hard again before reclaiming it. It is very what's going to determine it, and I know it's obvious to say, well, if we're below it, we're moving lower. If we're above it, we're moving higher. I know any imbecile can tell you that, and there's a lot of imbeciles out there who will tell you that. That is what I am looking, though, for in the market. For me today, as I was saying in the broadcast, if you weren't there, you're not a member, that's fine. I was saying we have to close above this 50 moving average, and if we do, I'm going to take calls in Amazon. And I didn't know if Amazon would be the best. It could have been Apple, it could have been Microsoft, it could have been just buying straight up the triple Qs. But basically, and I might be wrong. I mean, we're only up 16 cents at the moment on the Qs. I'm not even saying I'm right, but I am predicting a gap up tomorrow because last few times we hit this 50 moving average, we pretty much moved higher the next day off of a gap up. So I went ahead and I took some Lotto Amazon calls here. 4 nice juicy red bars in Amazon. Very rarely do you see that. So I'm looking for just even a little sigh of relief, a little move to 1930, to 1930 to 1935 would be very nice for me in Amazon. And again, I might just take my calls and just dump it in the morning if Amazon does gap up. Currently, Amazon is showing down. Again, this doesn't really mean much to me, as does the gap up in the triple Qs not mean much to me, but that is what I'm looking for tomorrow. Precise daily stock levels, very important to have the key algorithmic levels on a day like tomorrow. And here you are. Take a screenshot, take a photo with your phone, do whatever you want. Write down the ones that are important to you. You have the support and resistance on your Qs, spiders, IWM, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. I take some of the bigger names and I share with you the key algorithmic levels in which I will be watching for tomorrow. Would you believe this game plan? This is the first time this year I'm giving you guys a game plan where it's just straight up, I like nothing. I know. I scoured every single name out there. Every single name out there. And I held back. Of course, I was telling you guys before the bell I wasn't going to play Costco, and I'm still glad I didn't play Costco. And I said if you're offering me free calls or puts, I would take puts. And now you have Costco at 227. I don't know if these 230 puts were really worth it, with Costco here. So again, I avoided Costco. They reported I will be maybe calling an intraday position out tomorrow. I don't really have much thoughts on the Costco earnings. Think it's a solid store. It's not surprising me that they're gapping down in this environment, and pretty much just look for intraday. Forex, my live Forex ideas. So obviously there's a position on from the other day, and that's the Aussie Canadian dollar on top. So above this gray line, don't feel free to ignore that. Here are my new pending orders: 3 buys, 4 U.S. standard lots. Here are the symbols in which I am watching. Here's the price up to 5 decimal places out. This is exactly where I'm bidding right now. If I get filled there and I am wrong, I'll look to get stopped out here. If I get filled here and I am right, I'll look to hit my take profit here. Very, very simple. Here's the price of where it was trading at 10, 15 minutes or whatever ago, 20 minutes ago when I screenshotted this. Wow. Are you ready to take the Newsbeat Live Bandit Challenge? Are you ready to turn your career around? Are you ready to trade 30 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, an hour and a half a day, an hour a day? Are you willing to trade? Are you willing to cut the hours of your trading career to make more money in your trading career? Are you willing to just take trades that make sense? Are you willing to give up your gambling habits and just pressing your keyboard when you see a chart you like? Are you ready to stop doing the stupid things in your life? Are you ready to stop taking these idiotic trades which have very low consistency ratios? Are you done listening to idiots giving you trade ideas in the morning and these 20, 30 ideas that they blast in your face make you think that you're getting value, but in the end, you have to sit there and you have to choose and you have to pray and you have to predict and you have to guess. What if somebody took all that guesswork out for you and actually laid down the strategy of how you're supposed to actually capitalize on that? Would that make your life better? It took me 11 years as a broadcaster to develop that. I take the algorithmic strategies, which I share with some of the biggest algo firms that I know of on the planet, and I share with them these strategies. Um, and then I come to you and I try to help your trading by, creating and tweaking them in a way in which a human can manage them and make money consistently off of this. There's a reason, and a very good one, and a very obvious one, ladies and gentlemen, why the Newsbeat Live Room is the fastest, largest growing trading room in the nation. Happy trading, make money, and we'll see you guys next time on the Newsbeat Live Trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.